Fight family, what it do? So, everybody has seen the picture that was posted of Canelo Alvarez and Jaron Boots Ennis ahead of the Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez fight in 3 weeks. And as you all know, I have been picking Terence Crawford to win. So I do want to weigh in on this. It's a couple of things I want to address. First off, the people that are saying, why did Boots go spar Canelo Alvarez? He's not sticking to the code. That is the most annoying thing ever. Like, Canelo Alvarez, the face of boxing, is asking you to come spar him to be a part of his camp. You say yes to that. That's a once in a lifetime experience. And that's also going to help Boots get better as well. Like, I don't know how this became a racial thing when you have two guys fighting just because one guy is black and one guy is Mexican. This is fighting. This is boxing. May the best boxer win. This is turned into one huge big thing about race. Like, can we enjoy boxing? Can we enjoy the sport of boxing without people's personal views getting involved? Like, Boots Ennis going to spar Canelo is phenomenal. Like, that's what he's supposed to do. This is going to make him better, and I'm sure he got paid very well to go spar Canelo Alvarez. Now, on the other hand, am I worried since I picked Bud to win? I wouldn't say worried, but it definitely made me like pump the brakes because in my prediction video, you know what I'm saying, I think Canelo slowed down. He doesn't move as much, but the fact that he's willing to go get a young, hungry lion for sparring who can fight southpaw and orthodox, that's athletic, that tells me that Canelo is going to be moving this fight. He's not going to be standing still. He's not going to wait for Crawford to get off first. He's putting everything into this fight. You know, a part of me initially was thinking that Canelo was in his silk sheet era. Like, he's comfortable, he's made a lot of money, and he's just coming to, you know, put on a good show but not go that extra mile to win. But seeing him and Boots in camp together, that tells me that Canelo is not holding anything back this fight. But it also got me excited for this fight because I know when that gets posted, I know people are saying stuff to Bud, even though I'm sure his camp is closed down right now. I'm sure the word is getting around, and that's just going to give Crawford that extra motivation going into the fight because if you all know about the history, Boots was trying to fight Crawford for some years. Allegedly, you know, he said he wants to fight Crawford, didn't get the chance to, and then he was willing to fight anybody. Then Virgil Ortiz wants to fight him as soon as he gets up to 154, but that didn't happen right away. But it is happening next year. So I'm also looking at it as this is good work for Boots. Although he does have a fight against Lima coming up. I think Lima, I'm not sure if I said his name right. Sorry if I mispronounced it. But Boots has a fight at 154 coming up. And then early next year, he's supposed to be fighting Virgil Ortiz. So I'll be interested to know how that sparring with Canelo went because that could tell us a lot about that Virgil Ortiz fight. Now, we recently just saw an interview about a week ago where Virgil Ortiz talked about he sparred Canelo. He was talking about how good Canelo was, but he was saying that, you know, Canelo was not throwing all out against him in the sparring. And he said he caught Canelo with a good shot, and Canelo just kind of, you know, told him good shot, laughed it off, it didn't hurt him. But if Canelo has Boots come to camp and it's close to the time of him peaking, meaning they're really turning up in the gym and sparring, that's going to tell us a lot about that Virgil Ortiz and Boots fight coming up. But back to Crawford and Canelo. Now, I'm not changing my pick, but it did make me say pump the brakes. Like, all right, we're about to see a different Canelo than we've seen in the previous fights. We're about to see some vintage Canelo in this fight. Now, initially, when I was first hearing about this fight, I was Canelo. Then about 3-4 weeks ago, I don't know if it was the media or what, because I then switched to say like Bud can get this done because I kept asking myself, how can Bud Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez? You know, we got the smaller guy going up to fight the bigger guy. Both guys are amazing fighters, Terence Crawford is pound for pound. Canelo was pound for pound, but he's still one of the top fighters, maybe the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. And I don't know if I played like a mind game with myself where I convinced myself that Bud can get it done, but I truly think that Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. But this did throw a little curveball in the game because I'm not going to sit here and act like Canelo sparring boots is not a significant development in this fight because it tells me that Canelo can still move, Canelo is hungry, and that Canelo is going to be on the hunt in this fight. So initially I was like, all right, Crawford will move, he'll box a lot. But as I watched more of Crawford, like Crawford is going to throw when another guy is throwing at him. He's not going to run from Canelo. Yeah, he'll be using angles and stuff. He won't be standing right in front of him. But this is going to be an action-packed fight, and I'm honestly excited for it. So, do you all think that Boots sparring Canelo is better for Boots, or is it better for Canelo, considering they both have fights coming up? And also, do you think it's going to give him the edge over Terence Crawford in the fight? Because I see it as it's definitely going to help Canelo, but I think it's going to help Terence Crawford, saying that we all know that Terence Crawford is mean in the ring. Like he goes into a different mindset, into a different person. So I'm honestly glad that they posted it now because we got 3 weeks left into the fight, and that's going to give Crawford that extra push to really come out and show us something that we've never seen from him before. Now, I'm sure people are going to come on here commenting, maybe not. They normally comment and say, well, you're black, you're going for the Mexican fighter and all this. Well, when Terence Crawford fought Errol Spence, I was going for Errol Spence. I'm a huge Errol Spence fan. When Terence Crawford fought Sean Porter, I thought Sean Porter was going to win. I kind of learned my lesson to not go against Terence Crawford because he always seems to get the job done. Now, I think this is a 50-50 fight, and something I'm going to address in another video is if Canelo loses to Crawford, does this hurt his legacy? Or if Crawford loses to Canelo, does it hurt his legacy? Or really, whose legacy does it hurt more by losing? Or does it hurt neither of their legacies? So I'm going to do a different video on that because I really want to drill that topic down because I was actually talking to a former professional boxer, and he was telling me how it was going to impact Terence Crawford legacy more if he lost to Canelo, which I disagree with, but he made some good points. So like the video, share the video, be sure to comment, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.